This is the Titan Futures 1 point a day challenge. Earning your living executing trades from the comfort of your home seems a lot more cool than most 9-to-5 gigs. Trouble is, if you don't know what you're doing, you can wreck your portfolio. But with our trading instructors, BK, Soto, and Mitchell, you'll learn how to day trade the futures market. Streaming daily, 9 to 11 a.m. Free. This is a free trading education channel. The Titan Futures 1 point a day challenge, where everybody is welcome. Get in the chat, ask us questions, learn. And now your instructors. This is BK, Soto, and Mitchell.
Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Glad you guys are here this morning. Hope everything's going well. We want to welcome you aboard here. It's 9 o'clock Eastern time. So as you can see, our chart over here, you can see our disclaimers, and so I wanted to make sure we kind of get caught up on those, kind of read those, and we kind of see how those are going, and make sure you kind of get fully aware of those, and kind of read those to yourself there, if you don't mind. Kind of get up to speed on those, and kind of realize, we're just an educational channel here. Nothing we do is a recommendation by any means. So just make sure you kind of follow along that and take the time to read that stuff, okay? We want to make sure we take care of all the legal stuff. So I've left it up on the screen here for a good minute or two, and I want you to take the time to read that. But you can always find our disclaimers in our description. So with that said, let me kind of go ahead and read the description a little bit, kind of just let you know who we are. I know you're kind of new. Everybody's new to the channel. If you expand that description box underneath the live stream there, you'll kind of see a little bit about us. You see, we start off talking about the Auto Trader a little bit. If you have any interest in doing that, and kind of want to earn a little bit while you learn the methods, that'd be great. You can kind of check those out there. There's links to learn a little bit more if you want to do that. But we want to make sure you understand that this channel is a free channel. It's all about educating you how to trade our method in the futures market. Doesn't matter if you're brand new or you've been trading for 20 years. There's always something you can learn, just like I do. I've been trading for 20 years, but I know how I can learn and continue to learn, and that's what we want to do. But we also want to keep everything very positive and respectful here, okay? Very stress-free, very encouraging, So if you come on the chat, we definitely want to be encouraging to you for that, and as well as if any questions you might have, please ask them. There's no stupid questions here by any means, so please ask. We would love to interact with you and help you out any way we can. So again, this is a very positive channel here, okay? There's 3 instructors here. There's myself, BK, and then there's Soto and Mitchell. They're both newer to trading, but they've kind of got a different aspect, and a different outlook on it and how it's to be done with our method. And quite honestly, they have a different look and different perception of it than I do. Since I've been doing it for so long, I tend to kind of skip over some things. So it's good that they have their perspective there, and they kind of help keep me kind of honest there. So that's good. So anyway, guys, take the time, check it out. We got playlist links in there, but I only got a few rules. It's be positive, be respectful, encourage others, treat others the way you want to be treated, that kind of stuff. There's no foul language in the chat, so we will moderate that, and if anything starts happening there, we'll definitely ban the person doing that. So we don't want to do that, man. This is a free educational channel. We want it to be the best on YouTube. We're all new at this. Be quite honest with you, when it comes to YouTube and marketing and doing these live streams, so we're all kind of new to doing this. But trading, we're not new at. So we know how to do that. We just got to figure out how to build this channel up and kind of get people involved in it, and kind of make it into a great channel for trading. So if you like that and you have any desires or to be a part of it, please subscribe, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we hope to kind of help you in your trading journey and kind of do this thing together. So with that being said, let me go ahead and you can read more in the description if you like. But with all that being said, let's go ahead and bring on Soto, and Mitchell will join us in just a little while. So Soto, how you doing, man?
Doing well, buddy. How are you?
Doing good, man. Doing good. So everything good night, everything going well? All's
Yeah,
good?
man. Excited for another day.
Yeah, very cool. Yeah, cool. So I see Paul's jumped on this morning. Good morning, Paul. Glad to have you here. And we're like Paul. Paul's a good guy, and he does he's doing very well in his trading. So we really enjoy Paul's and his input. So good to have you, Paul.
Yeah. There we go.
All right.
So,
go ahead.
yeah, I've noticed we had some zones from yesterday that after we left, one of them got triggered, and so therefore it's no longer something we want to use for right now. But we still have at least two other ones that I briefly looked at that have not been triggered. Three other ones, sorry.
All right. Why don't you point those out to me so I can draw it on the chart here for the live stream, because I have not done that yet.
If you go back to 9:45
from yesterday.
Yes. And let me double check. And maybe you can say whether it was triggered or not. It was potentially triggered at 1700, but it didn't go into the zone. It went to the very top. So
yeah, I see that. That's fine. We can still use that one. Yeah.
Okay. So that's good. Let me look at the other one here. Then the other one is 8:15.
Yep. I'll draw that one.
And lastly, 4:15.
Let me go ahead and 4:15.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, there's still three good zones that will extend out in today's price action for sure.
Good. Okay.
So we're still looking good here.
And let me look to see if I got anything from kind of this morning so far.
Yep, so those are three good demand zones that are still in play for sure. So we should watch some kind of action around those when price gets to that. If it decides to, we'll definitely see some price action going on around there. So that'll be good to watch. All right, so let me zoom back out for that. All right, so we had some big wiki candles there, and we know what that's from. That's from news. So we had the non-farm payrolls come out this morning, and then the unemployment, non-farm employment change is actually what it's called, but that's all red flagged. We have the hourly earning and the unemployment rate. So we were expecting to get 163,000 on the number there, and we actually got 130,000. So it's a negative report. So that's the reason you see the big wiki candles there at this morning at 8:30 and 8:45 there. Those are big wick candles. That's all from news. So we're going to have to wait to see how the market wants to really interpret that and digest that as it comes online here or on open. And then we got at 12:30 we got Fed Chair Powell will speak, about it. So that's a red flag. So it's going to be an interesting morning, to be honest. It's going to be an interesting day. So we'll kind of have to be patient here, not get over crazy about it and just kind of relax and see what's going to happen, and kind of be quick to get in and out, I think, today. So anyway, so let's take a look at any more. Do you see any zones for this morning, Soto? What's happened today?
Not that already has been triggered. Let me see. Let me go back a little more. Not anything that has not been already triggered. If I'm looking at that right, the 8:35 candle you just talked about kind of kills some of the zones like the 730, for example. I guess you can argue potentially 725. Let's see. The 805, for example. Again, or 8 o'clock. It's already been used, triggered. Now, we got this 845, but that's just too big. That's
Yeah, we're not gonna mess with
I don't want to mess with that. If you went there, you kind of have to use the I would think the 825 to kind of mark it down. But again, too big. Not something I want to do.
Right.
So I don't see anything. Do you see it?
No, not really. Not not worth taking a risk on. You know, we want to take the best trade setups here. So, yeah, nothing really. Let's just wait and see. I mean, we're gonna get some intraday setups happen, you know, because of all the price action that's gonna take place. So we'll just be patient and wait on those to kind of show themselves, and then at that point we can look at doing something with them. But for time being, it's gonna be a hurry up and wait kind of day, it looks like, and we'll just have to be patient because of all the news and the Fed and everybody speaking, and so it'll be fun. Just kind of relax and wait for it to show up.
Yeah, I agree. Good. Okay.
Yeah, so that's really it, man. We just got to chill for a little while and see what's gonna happen.
Yeah. Let's see. We might have something. Depends what happens. We might have a potential zone at 905 if we get a strong push down or up.
Yep. Yeah, that gives us our first, clue to start looking in that area. But we definitely need to. I like to have, for me, I want to have closes out of the origination candle. That we consider a zone. I want to have closes out of that before I would consider taking a trade in that. Like right now, even though you might get a little bounce right here in this candle, I wouldn't take the trade personally because I don't have a good strong close out of that area, and even though even though we got the big green candle here right afterwards, that 910 candle did close above it, but I don't like that. It's a little too quick for me, even though we're going to get a bounce. I just feel like you're going to get a bounce, but I just don't have my best. Is it my best trade setup? Is it my ideal opportunity? No. Is it going to probably work out? Yeah, but I just don't see it being the best trade setup. So I'm going to wait and just be patient, man, and give me that perfect looking trade, that hey, everything without a shadow of a doubt qualifies, it jumps out at me, then that's the trade I'm going to take today, and so no reason to rush any kind of trades.
Yeah, I agree. Okay. If you give me a couple minutes, I'll be right back.
No worries. Yeah. Just patiently watching, guys. If anybody's here, just kind of watching. I'm waiting to see what's going to happen here. No reason to rush into any kind of trade this morning. All the news going on. No really good zones sticking out except from ones we have from yesterday. If you're just joining us, we have 3 good zones yesterday that are still strong down here in the bottom. You should see those popping on my screen here on the screen in just 1 second. But you'll see those. I've extended those demand zones out. So the if you want to know the time frame on those, let me expand it so I can show you. We have a 9:45 time zone that's still, the demand zone is still strong. We have a 8:15 that's still strong, and we have a 4:15 that's still strong. So they have not been triggered yet. So we'll kind of keep those in play right here for the demand side of things, but as of this morning, nothing really strong enough to identify just yet. So just hang in there, be patient, and we'll kind of wait for them to happen. So Paul's asking, due to the news, would it be a good day for the auto trader? Yeah, I think it still will be. Because the news was at 8:30 this morning. We'll kind of have to wait and see how price action happens. But yeah, I still think it's going to be a good day for the auto trader. So we'll just kind of let it price action tell us if we want to turn auto trader on or not. But if it is, I mean, it depends on how you really look at it. If you're going day by day and you want to watch it and decide if you want to turn it on, then we'll kind of wait until we get closer to the time frame that we want to turn it on for. But if you just or don't have time to be in front of the charts all day, then you follow the rules. I mean, you follow the method, and that's you just turn it on this morning before you head off to work, and then you just let it do what it's going to do, no matter what the situation is. So we'll just kind of take it both ways here, Paul, since you're asking that question. We'll kind of, since you're able to watch it and be here, we'll just kind of, as we get closer to the end of our morning there, we'll kind of evaluate our auto trader and what we want to do. So. And that's one thing we don't want to get in, since you brought that up to talk about this auto trader for a minute. That's one thing. I mean, we see the results, and if you're not familiar with what the results are doing, then check out the video I've done on it, showing all the results on the channel here. And that's not us messing with it. That's just turning it on when it's supposed to be turned on, no matter if it has news events, no matter if big candles for whatever reason at certain times. It doesn't matter. We just turn it on and let it do what it's going to do, and the results are just amazing. I mean, what they've done. So they've done very, very well. So there's we don't want to get into manipulating that too much, because the results have proven themselves to be very, very successful and very profitable. So I don't want to manipulate that too much. So my inclination, even with news, is to because there's going to be a big move one way or the other, and do we want to take the auto trader out of making that big move and catching it? I don't think so. So my first inclination is just to kind of leave it running. I've turned mine on already, and I'm just going to let it run, and I think I'm just going to let it run no matter what happens. Win or lose today, I'm going to go ahead and let it roll. But only do that. Make sure the biggest thing here is make sure we are properly have our risk to reward. I mean, our money management on there, risk management wise. We don't want to do on the micros. You don't want to do anything less than $1,000 per contract. So if you're $750 to $1,000, you want one contract on there. Okay, no more than that. And then that way we let it run and do what it wants to do. If it wants to take a loss, it doesn't kill us. If it wants to make money, then great. We just have to be very risk. So if you don't have. So we want, I guess that's the big thing I'm trying to say, and stumbling all over myself saying it, but the money's the big thing for the auto trader. So if you're trading the ES contract, the standard contracts, we want to stay in the $6,000 to $7,000 range per contract, just because of the margins, just in case, especially on a Friday, just because a lot of the trades we get out of are end of market day closes, and due to margin requirements, the broker will close out your trade 30 minutes before market open if you don't have enough per contract for overnight margin. Even though we're not going to hold overnight margin, even though we're not going to hold overnight the trade, they still want to see that you have overnight margin in there about 30 minutes before market closes. So on Fridays, if we're going to let it run and do what it needs to do, we need to make sure we have enough money for margin. And on a mini contract, that's $630 per contract is enough to hold overnight, even though we're not going to. So you can, if you have at least that in there, then you can let it run to the end of the day, and it will automatically close itself 15 seconds to 30 seconds before market close. It would automatically close your position whether you're long or short. It doesn't matter. So that keeps us out of overnight, which is good, but you have to, like I said, your broker, at least the NinjaTrader brokers that we use here, that I use anyway, will make sure that you have enough margin 30 minutes prior to close. So that's the reason I say it's very important. So if you're trading one standard contract for the ES, let's say, it's 6,300, but I have 63 to 6,500 in there per contract, just for the overnight margin purposes. But even though you're not going to be overnight again, so just want to make sure that's clear, and that's kind of the reason why we want to do that, just to make sure we're properly leveraged, and for the auto trader to work on Fridays. Excuse me. So anyway, hope that makes sense, Paul, or anybody else out there that's looking at the auto trader for today. We want to make sure that those parameters apply. So like I've turned mine on, let it run, and it's going to do what it's going to do. I know, Paul, you asked that question about the news, but I'm just turning mine on. I'm going to let it do what it's going to do because I'm properly money sized in there from a risk standpoint, so I'm not worried about taking a loss if it were to take a loss based on that. So as long as you're sitting to where you can you're doing enough margin per contract for overnight, then I would just say let it run, unless I give you a special email sent out or something because something special is going to happen or what have you. But I just say turn it on, let it run. That's kind of what I do. So but so we're just kind of watching day trade here and kind of waiting for some market open in 8 minutes. So we're just going to see what's going to happen, but we're definitely sideways at this point, and just going to have to wait and see. We're going to shoot out of the gate, I imagine, pretty fast here for the first 5 minutes anyway. It's going to be a good push one way or the other, so we're just got to be patient and wait for that. All right?
All right, buddy.
Had to get you some breakfast, did you, Soto?
Yeah, I got this thing here called Belvita.
What?
Belvita.
What is that?
Okay, well, see, I feel like you're already judging me without me telling you what it is. There's some, it's Belvita breakfast. Belvita breakfast. It's just some crackers.
Nice.
That apparently have nutritious, steady energy for 4 hours. So for those who are diabetic, this may be good for you. But yeah, I've never had them before. They're pretty good.
Okay. Oh, good.
I was surprised. That's good.
That's good. Belvita.
Belvita.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'm pronouncing that right. I hope. I don't know.
I think you are. I think I know what you're talking about. I'm just like giving you a hard time.
Yeah, because of my speaking disability.
You speak better than I do, man. So I can't say anything about that.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Let's see here.
So how is old Steven and Doug today, man? You talked to them this morning?
Not this morning. But I spoke to them yesterday. So cool, Doug, my buddy, who again, awesome guy. He works a lot. And here's the funny part. So he bought, I think I told you, he bought a house with 8 acres. So he has to cut the grass, and he has a pool, so he has to clean the pool. Okay, that's cool, all right. And now he got 2 new puppies.
Wow.
A golden retriever and a husky. Brand new.
Yeah, awesome. I love the golden, man. I've had 2 goldens. I love goldens. So that's a good one there. The husky's nice too. So what made him decide to get 2?
I'm not sure. The 2 new little guys. I'm like, why would you do that? You have no time.
Yeah, I know. Who's going to take care of him while he's at work? Is his mom going to come over and take care of him?
I don't know. But anyways, I got the good pictures. I'm going to forward some to you. But yeah, I like the golden retriever.
I love them.
Great dogs. Both of them great dogs. Yeah.
Yeah, they're both great dogs. But it's kind of one of to me, if you could. My wife's the one that kind of said this, but if you could come up with a way to keep a golden retriever puppy and keep him that size as the whole life, and have that puppy, he said, I mean, I'd pay $10,000 for that thing, I mean, it's kind of, that would be the number 1 dog out there, I think, because golden retriever puppies are just awesome, man. They're just awesome.
They are. Just, I don't know. To me, I mean, I agree. Yes, they're cool like that, but I want them to be well trained, where you don't have to clean up to them. So he told me, and let me read the text to you. This is funny. He said, "Puppy." So he doesn't have both yet. He gets the other one in 3 weeks from today.
Uh-huh.
But so he only has the golden retriever. He said puppy went straight for the pad to pee. Okay, that's good. Then snuck into the kitchen and pooped in the floor. There we go. There it is.
Perfect.
So that's how it starts.
Yeah, it is. But he can get them trained while they're young like that, though. That'd be good.
Yeah. Oh man,
They're very smart dogs. Yeah.
they are.
That's good, yeah. That's just funny that he got two of them. That surprises me when you said that. He's going to have his hands full. With what time he does have off work, he's going to be busy.
I know. It's like just in the grass alone. It's like 4 or 5 hours. So, in the pool took. I was at the pool took. I guess if he can go kind of fast, he can do it probably in 30 minutes, but it's going to take at least an hour, I think. So
he's going to end up hiring somebody to do it probably. or
well, he doesn't want. That's the other thing. He doesn't want to because it's a lot of money to hire people.
Yeah.
But at the same time, somebody has to do it.
Yeah, exactly. It's got to be done. I mean, it ain't that expensive. I mean, goodness. So I mean, he's a doctor. He can make the money. I mean, it'd be well worth his time to pay somebody for a month. $150 or whatever it is for a month to come maintain his pool during the summer.
Sure.
I mean, he'll end up eventually paying that or whatever. So.
Yeah. I think you're probably right. So.
Yeah. It'll get away from him a couple times, and he'll realize how hard it is to get it back right again, and he'll say, "You know what? I can't do this. I'm just gonna." I mean, unfortunately, I say that from experience, so I know how that goes. So you just end up firing somebody that that's what they do, and they just make sure it's taken care of and it maintains itself all year round, and then that's a lot easier. I'd rather pay that to use my time other ways,
Yeah.
But.
Like I said, I look. That made me appreciate it. When I buy a house, I'm not going to go buy 20 acres. To me, I don't enjoy it. Now, some people love it, and that's great. But he doesn't enjoy it either. He's never done it, and he does. I don't think he enjoys it. But now, if you love working outside and having a garden and all that, that's cool. I'm more of. I'm okay with not doing that. So.
That's all right.
Yeah. I'm a city guy. All right.
There you go. You like the concrete jungle, don't you?
That's right.
Yeah, that's cool. I just saw the picture you sent me. That's a pretty puppy. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Pretty little puppy.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're fun when they're that age too. They're fun. Anyway. Yeah, man. So we're just hanging out, about a minute and 20 seconds to the open, and we'll get some good reaction out of here just because of the news. But we're not. I don't have any position. I don't have anything set up yet. We're gonna have to make a direction outside those two big wick candles to the long side and the downside. For me.
Yeah. So I think you're having some issues with your voice. What I think will help is apple, what's it called? Apple cider and vinegar. You ever drink that?
No, I'm not gonna.
Well, not I choose that.
Yeah, you should know me well enough to know that, man. I'm just not. My wife tries to get me taking some of that stuff when I'm not feeling good, and I'm just, no, I'll feel bad. I'll get over it.
I get over it. You're funny. You're probably one of the funniest guys, because you're like, obviously I have the most respect for you and everything, but when it comes to...
Okay.
When it comes to food, or like something that's good for you, And if you really don't like it, you're not going to even give it a shot.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
All right, here we go. Here's the debate, guys.
It's not. It's all the retail guys coming in.
Retail guys, yeah.
So we'll just wait and let them get a direction for us, and if things set up for the big boys to go the opposite direction, then that's what we'll look at.
Yeah, this one.
That's one thing about trading in news. If you've ever been around trading for a long time, you can't always count on the news being positive or negative and the market reflect that. A lot of times if the market, if the market's positive, if the news is positive, a lot of times the market will sell off, and if the news is negative, a lot of times the market will skyrocket. So it's just you got to kind of wait and be patient and see what's going to happen, and so that's the reason that we don't jump in right here. Knowing it was probably going to go down a little bit, and that's retail action doing that. So it's just over time, if you've been around the markets for a while, you'll kind of tend to notice that and get frustrated with it, and that's the reason I don't news trade. Most professional traders don't news trade just because it's you never like the whip that just happened on the two big candles that you see. The previous candle, it's all whipsawed. So that took a lot of money from a lot of people right there. I'll just tell you that. That's what happened right there. So just not good to news trade, man. Let the news play itself out. Get some good direction for the day, and then take the big move when you get that good direction. And that's kind of what today will be about. So even though we have a little possible zone here set up to the downside, little supply, at 925. So if this candle previous that we have going on, 936 candle, if it was close to the downside here, then I think that's a zone that we can mark up. Whether we trade it or not, I don't know, but it's a zone that can be marked up. Even though it's inside this big wick right here from this 835, that's marked. That's the news. I guess I can still see it being marked up as a supply zone, and we just kind of have to wait and watch price action, if that makes sense.
Yep. Here. They're probably going to have some hesitation. Probably from, it's already been kind of, we're going to trigger the 610 doji. You got some little support there.
Yeah, sure.
That's where the 835 candle went straight to there.
Yeah.
Are you sitting by like the AC or something?
Me?
Yeah.
No. Does it sound loud on my end?
Not like loud. No, it's not loud. Just I can hear some like wind in the background, like you're on an airplane or something. But no, it's not loud, like annoying in any kind of way.
That's what I hear on your end. The same thing. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but it's quiet in here where I'm at. I'm in the room I'm in here is pretty quiet.
Yeah, same here. So maybe it's just the mic.
Yeah, it probably is just the noise, the white noise. It looks like we might get a push through that. There we go.
Yep. There we go.
Yeah.
Good close out of it.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of. I'd imagine there'd be a lot of rejection in this area too, trying to get back up in there. I imagine we'll be seeing a lot of rejection out of here, so we might be able to. We might get some action down in some of our zones that we can play. We'll just have to see.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm keeping an eye on here. Just on yesterday's information. I got my blue line set up at 2968.25, so 68.5.
68.5. Kind of right there in the middle.
Yeah, I think if you go back, there's you can probably go a tick higher. There's some support there.
Yeah.
And since it's already been kind of potentially trigger at the very top, right outside the zone. If it wasn't for that, I would have gone a little higher. So, but because of that, I'm just going to go a little more into the zone right now.
Sure.
That's not what I think.
I like it. Yep, I like that area.
Talking about dogs, when I was in Birmingham, this lady was trying to. I was some fundraiser. I can't remember where or why, but this lady was. She heard that I wanted a dog. She came up to me and said, "I have a dog you can adopt." I was like, "Oh, that's cool. What kind is that?" I can't remember. It was like some small little like rat-looking dog. But my policy is, if a rat can kill your dog is not a dog. Okay?
There you go. Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
Just to be clear on that. But so besides that, she was like, "Oh yeah, she's whatever, he's great, whatever." I'm like, "Okay, that's cool." And but he takes medication, and I'm like, "Oh, okay, well, I'm the most inconsistent person when it comes to medication. Like, I never finish like antibiotics. I never finish anything. By the way, you should always finish your antibiotics." So she's like telling me like he takes like 7 medications and it needs to be done like every 2 hours, and you have to like do all this stuff, and like if you miss one, he could die. And I'm like, great, this dog's gonna die if I get it. So no, thank you. At that point, to me, what's the purpose of this dog,
Yeah.
It's like you got to take care of this old person now. Like, all right, I just met you, but now I'm going to change your diapers for the rest of my life.
Yeah, that's not my ideal situation for a pet either.
No, that is not.
Probably gonna have PETA after you now since you said that.
No, I'm just saying I didn't get it for that reason. If I would have gotten it, PETA would have come after me because the dog died.
That's true. Yeah. So at least you're honest about it, and you didn't get it for the right reason, man.
Yeah. Like I told you, I have a dog. I used to have a dog, and I'm single, so I'm not used to taking care of other people or animals apparently. So like my dog, who was well trained and is amazing, was giving me the signal that he needed to go outside, and of course I had no idea. I'm like, "Hey buddy, what's going on?" He's like jumping, doing flips, pulling to the door, and I'm like, "Oh, okay." You're like, "Are you thirsty?" Clearly giving me every signal, and like eventually he just couldn't hold it after like 2 hours of telling me, and then I'm like, "Oh, you needed to go outside." So yeah, apparently they need to go outside once in a while.
Yeah, apparently. You weren't good at reading the signals, huh?
I was not. No.
That's funny.
Let's see. I'm gonna draw. I don't know if you already did or not. Oh, did you take those? Oh, they're beneath. I can't see. Okay. I'm gonna draw a zone there at the 925.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll go ahead and draw that as well so everybody can see it on the chat and on the channel here. Why are you drawing that one? So I'll explain why you're drawing that for me.
Okay. So we have, well, first thing we want to do is, like I said, just look at the big picture, see any big moves, right, coming out of an area. So here we got a big move coming out of an area, starts 930, the 935, the 940. So now we want to see if it breaks the previous swing low, which you can argue whether it's either 9 o'clock or more conservative, the 835, and it does, obviously, in a very quick, just in 2 candles, it breaks the previous swing low. Then we just simply go back to the originating move, and you can argue the 915, but then it hesitates, then it takes off, and kind of based on what I've gathered from you, just go closer to the big push first, so that's why it shows the 925. And the question we have to ask ourselves is, does that candle meet the qualifications for a potential supply and demand zone? And the answer is yes. The body is 50% or less of the candle. So, and so you got actually 2 back-to-backs. So that gives me a lot of confidence in that low area. But
very nice. Yeah, I agree, 100%. Nice.
Do you go to concerts a lot? Have you been to a concert? Do you like concerts?
Yeah, I've been to a few.
Okay. I'm watching, like I said, I got the Today Show on here on NBC, and they're having the city concert series. I guess people can sing. Yeah. And I've never been to a concert, and so, but I also don't see myself clap. I'm a clap, right? I have no rhythm. So first of all, second, I wouldn't know what to do at a concert because I'm not gonna, jump around. I'm not gonna clap, and I'm just listening to this person sing. So
you wouldn't go to a Lady Gaga concert?
Now let me be clear. Okay, Lady Gaga is something I've been looking forward to my whole life.
Oh, okay.
I guess you have to be into it. So maybe that's why I don't like a lot of. I'm very picky on who I like.
Yeah.
So maybe on Lady Gaga I can go a while there. So yeah, I can see that. So, but just anybody else, I don't see it happening. So.
Bryan Adams, you want to go?
I would love Bryan Adams. Yes.
Okay, so it's just a matter of me naming which ones you'll go to, and you'll go.
Okay, maybe that's I just haven't been. I feel like who hasn't been to a concert? Well, me. I don't know why. Feels like I'm missing out. But yeah, you're right. Maybe it's just the people I like. All right, let me see here. Looking at price action, we got volume dropping here. I like it. Let me see. The little hesitation there. Hesitating. Okay, we got a couple of zones here that are kind of what I call hidden zones. My old way of hidden zones, like a 1810. We got a little 1820. Okay. So again, I like this move down. Bodies are getting smaller. Weights a little longer. Volume's decreasing. If everything kind of looks this way, I might take a trade here to go long.
Yeah, so I'm liking that area around 71 to 70 to 70, about 70 to 71 there. 71 and a quarter. 71 and a half.
Are you looking at the zone from 1810?
1810 zone. Where you at here?
Yesterday.
Yeah, the hidden zone there. Yeah.
Okay, so that qualifies.
Well, sure. Yeah, I mean it's gonna qualify. I mean, just because there's a lot of price action right in there. I mean, it doesn't really break a previous high right out of the push there, but it does. There is going to be some objection there. So
Okay.
it's just a matter if everything lines up. Possibly that could be something, but you have to wait and see.
Sure.
Got a lot of liquidity there, in that area, but so it could bounce out of that area pretty good.
Okay. So based on that zone is covering from pretty much 71 to 72 and a quarter.
Yeah.
We're in the same spot. I just want to be sure we're talking about the same candle here.
Yeah, 810, yeah.
Okay.
72 and a quarter, yeah. To 71 and a quarter.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm not probably gonna take it at this point. I want it with this. We're gonna go to the downside still, you think? So I'd be looking more now. Where do I want to look to go to the downside here? At this point, I gotta see where is there anywhere that's showing itself to go short.
Right. What about the 615 candle from today, 615?
Yeah.
You think there's
Yeah, I think there's definitely rejection there. So the price is at 77 and a half. Yeah, there's definitely going to be rejection there, I think. I think at 77 and a half is a good spot to 78.
So 77 point and a quarter. That's what I would consider a trail. I'm not going to take it.
No, because it just busted right through that.
Yeah. Hey, look at that. It's good. There we go. When they're coming back, long stretch here. Volume's going to be increasing. Coming back up there. Feels like we're like snipers, just like picking out our target. They're like, yeah, I got 645. Wind is at southwest 3 degrees to the east.
That's it.
Yeah.
We're just kind of waiting, picking our spot, waiting for it to come in our range,
Yeah.
That's a good analogy, actually.
Yeah, buddy. Well, then they'll call me the Great Bear Hunter for nothing.
The Bear Hunter, huh? I like it. When'd you?
Yeah.
Who calls you that? I don't.
Well, nobody yet, but.
Oh.
We can get it going, though.
There you go. You kind of putting it out there for somebody to take a hold of, huh?
I'm always throwing things out there, to see if it stays.
Oh, there you go. Bear Hunter. I like it.
The Bear Hunter. Never killed anything in his life.
Oh, that's funny. At least he's gonna go big, man. He's gonna go big when he does.
Yeah. So Stephen, Stephen wrote me a letter. Okay, hold on a second here.
Yes.
I'm not. Uh, I'm gonna follow my instinct here, and I'm not gonna trade right now.
Okay.
So unless something else happens, it's just that's a big push there.
I like that push actually. With the
You do?
yeah, as long as volume stays somewhat low here and price kind of reaches up in there. I mean, it's moving pretty quick right now. So, but I'll kind of wait until we can kind of get up in that area and see. But if I decide to trade in that area, it's going to be kind of higher.
Okay.
But I'm not sure yet. I'm gonna do anything yet. I like I like the price action right now.
Yeah. Well, if it would have gone a little closer to the thing, I would have felt better.
Hmm.
But yeah, it's just, I don't know.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, yeah. So Steven wrote you a letter. You said.
Yeah. So he was like, "Yeah, man, we need to go bear hunting up in Michigan." And I was like, "Steven, maybe we should work on our skills first, because he wants to go bow hunting a bear."
Uh huh.
So the bad thing with that is, first, if you like miss and you just piss off the bear,
Right.
you're in a situation where you gotta like run, and you can run up, outrun a bear. So, but yeah, we've always wanted to do stuff like that. We haven't done it yet.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely. I
we,
think that'd be
we,
fun.
yeah, we want to do hog hunting with spears.
Oh yeah, with a spear.
Yeah, I'm serious. Have you done that? Have you heard?
No, I've not done that. You just
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, again, I don't know, man. I don't know. I just feel like I should have. I need to kill something first before I go do something crazy like that. So I've never killed an animal in my life. First one is gonna be with a spear against this hog. It's gonna turn on me.
Yeah. That would be. I mean, I know a lot of people do it. So I'm sure it's a pretty good rush.
Yeah.
I've never done it.
Sounds fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go alligator hunting. I saw this very disturbing Nat Geo thing on crocodiles.
Uh-huh.
Man, it was scary, bro. Like, had I seen that prior to going into the jungle in Africa? I went to the Congo,
Uh-huh.
and dude, I would have never gone there. First of all, these things are like crazy, like athletic. They can like jump. They can get to you pretty quick. So and it's over, bro.
Yeah,
So
you don't want that. I would think that has to be one of the worst ways to go, man.
yes,
By a gator. You know it?
yes.
It bites you and puts you in a. No, that's no good, man.
No. I think the death by any animal is bad. There's no death by an animal that could be possibly any good.
No, I agree. Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. That wouldn't be good.
we went shark diving with great whites in California, and it was a little pricey, I can't remember. I think maybe 1,500.
Uh-huh.
One of my friends says, we go to Mexico. It's like we were like right at the border near San Diego, Diego actually, and he's like, we can go to Mexico and we can do it there for $700. And I said, I for one choose to pay more and live.
Yeah. That'd be a little sketchy, man. Do y'all go in the cage? Did you do that in the cage? Is that what you did?
Yeah. So you go in this cage. Cage. Yeah, you go into this cage and it's totally safe. But it makes you question everything when there's like a rope just holding the cage together. You're like, oh god, hope this thing's gonna stick through.
Yeah.
You start seeing little fish coming and eating the rope away. You're in trouble, buddy.
Yeah, that wouldn't be good. Did you have to sign all kind of waivers that hey, if you die, it's not you can't sue us and all that?
I think we did sign some waivers.
I'm sure you did.
I didn't read them.
Of course not. It probably says no matter what happens, you can't. If the shark bites through the cage and eats you, you can't sue us. Your family can't sue us.
My fear was, and this is true. The top of the cage is open, right?
Mm-hmm.
My fear is that what if this thing jumps into the cage with us? That was true.
Yeah, if it figures out how to swim in there and come down and get you, that'd be horrible, man. I'm surprised I haven't. The cage was open on the top, really?
Yeah. So the ones we did, we didn't go down deep, so we stayed slightly close to the top of the water.
Okay.
But great whites can jump. You've seen them jump out of the water. So this thing can easily jump into the cage. Anyways, just letting you know. You ready?
Yeah, all right. All right, let me get Mitchell's. I'm wanting to come in, so hold on.
Perfect.
What's up, gentlemen?
What's going on, Mitchell? How you doing, man?
Pretty good. Is Soto with us today?
Oh yeah, he's with us. Yeah. So
Yeah.
he's been telling us stories. You know, he's been telling his shark stories and all that good stuff, keeping us entertained.
What's up, Mitchell? All right. Brian, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. Huh?
All right, Mitchell.
Mitchell, can you hear us?
Sorry about that. I don't know. My Skype just went down for no reason.
Oh, okay. Sure you're there. So you did that in San Diego?
Yeah, right outside San Diego. Santiago.
Santiago.
Santiago. I like San Diego a lot, for real. It's a nice cool place. Steven, he was down there, I think sometime last year, for some, I think all the medical residents, must have been, I can't remember, but he went there for some medical conference. And so the school paid for it, everything was paid for, and so he went surfing. And so he's never surfed before. So he's out there, and he's having a great time, and he's, just super scared. His waves are huge. And so they're taking pictures from shore of him surfing. He gets done. He looks at the pictures, and the waves look like they're one foot high. But when you're there, they look huge, right? So that was funny. So yeah, I saw the picture. I'm like, yeah, very, very much like Jacksonville, Florida. They're big though. Once you're in there, it's kind of scary. But.
You like to hang 10, Soto?
I'm sorry?
Do you like to hang 10? Surf. Do you like to surf?
Surf, yes.
Hang 10 is the surfer term for surfing.
I'm sorry. Yeah, no, I grew up in the desert, so I didn't know the term, but yeah, no, I do. I enjoyed.
How many childhoods did you have? I feel like you've told me you've grown up in everything but the rainforest.
Did he tell you where he's from? A little village outside of Costa Rica. Yeah. Oh yeah. He's Soto's full of them, man. He's got all kind.
So, I'm glad you guys are making fun of my small village I was born in.
What's the name of that village, Soto?
Alajuela.
What?
Alajuela.
Alajuela?
A la Cuela. That's pretty good.
A la Cuela.
Yeah.
There you go. Awesome. Yeah.
My people, you know.
Hey, that's your people. I hear you. You're there for a lot. I know you spent a lot of time in there when you're growing up.
Oh, yes. Constantly. Yes. Yeah. No problem. We had to. We all had to eat rice every day, and we had to make that rice last. So we had to.
I don't think I believe you at all.
No, I'm not gonna tell it to you. Never mind.
You're not fooling me.
I think he's from a little town in Ohio somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. He's from Macon, Georgia.
Yeah, he's from Macon. Yeah.
He had a Spanish friend that taught him how to have that accent.
That's it.
Oh, that's funny.
Soto texted me last night at pretty close to midnight and says, "Are you trading right now?"
Are you trading?
No, only you.
Okay, you texted me first. I responded, and then I asked if you were trading.
Oh.
That,
I was just coming in from dance, man.
yeah.
At 12
So
o'clock,
what-
man, you must have
Yeah,
had a late
yeah.
night dance class, dude.
Our dance was at 10 last night. This dude has a racket. I've got to get into this. I got to hire me a couple professional dancers and open up a studio. He is killing it.
Oh, I'm sure, yeah.
The morning until, I mean, we weren't even as yet his last customer coming in at 11.
God.
I was like, he said, man, it's wedding season. I stay busy.
Ah,
Yeah.
that's really cool. How many classes do you have to take, or is it like a package you buy, or?
Well, so I was told that I would probably only need, only for 5 classes, but I think I've bought about 12 of them.
Nice. Okay.
Now my mom and I are doing it too, so it's been, he's gotten me for quite a bit.
That's how they get you, man.
But truthfully, I mean, yesterday finally he was like, "Can you hear the beats and the music?" I said, "I can't, man. I'll be honest with you, I can't at all. Like, I hear nothing."
Why did he? Oh, man, that's funny.
But I got a trick, bro. I keep one AirPod in my ear, and it has a metronome on it that's ticking, and if that's going, I'm good. But if I lose that AirPod, there is no stopping me. I'm going to speed up.
That's funny. That's funny.
Well, it looks good, the market right now. I mean, as far as what it did early, it moved a good bit.
Yeah, we had a lot of news. We had big news.
Did y'all read about that American airline employee that thought it would be a good idea to sabotage a plane?
I briefly saw that on the news, but I didn't hear about it. What happened?
He jammed a piece of foam in the pitot-static tube of a major American Airlines jet, meaning that it couldn't get any flight data. Luckily, the plane noticed that something was wrong and alerted the pilots, and they aborted the takeoff. But yeah, he was just a disgruntled employee that he wanted to cause a delay so he would get overtime pay. But I mean, he's going to be probably tried with attempted murder of 160 people. You can't do that. That's that's pretty rough.
Yeah. Or even a potential terrorist.
Yeah, I mean that's terrorism. I mean you can't. I don't understand the thought process there, but apparently he thought it was a good idea. Anyway, but yeah, he does his first court appearance today. It happened in July, which is the scariest part of the whole thing. Is no one has even heard anything about it until today.
Yeah. Wow.
And I fly a lot, so that makes me feel really good.
Well, just get sure you go to an airline that they let their employees work overtime, and then you go where they'll be happy.
Exactly.
Yeah, really.
First question in an interview.
I flew this airline out of Muscle Shoals one time. Was the absolute funniest experience of my life. So it's like a 6-seat plane that flies to Atlanta, and there were no flights out of Huntsville. I had to get there quick, so I booked this flight, single engine propeller.
Was this the Pilatus?
Yeah, it was a Pilatus. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the guy that checked us in, so like the guy at the gate where he gave us our tickets, he was like, "Y'all just wait 1 second. Someone in security will be with you shortly." He then walked over to the security area and was like, "All right, guys, we can go ahead and start security." And I'm telling y'all, it is just me at the airport. There is no one else there. And he's like, "All right, we can move through security now. And if y'all will wait, we'll get your bags loaded up." He then walked out there, loaded our bags on the plane. He's like, "And we'll get someone to come fuel it." He went and got the fuel truck, filled it up, got in it, and then flew me to Atlanta.
No,
He was the one-man show for Boutique Air.
Wow.
It's a pretty cool little airline, though.
Yeah, I mean, he probably owns it then, I guess. I mean, he's doing all right for himself, man. But
Dude,
that's funny that he actually said, "Let me go to security. Let me get." I mean, just kind of played like
it
it.
was the weirdest experience, because I was like,
Why are you sitting there watching the whole thing happen?
right. It was $50 round trip. Like,
Oh my gosh.
not bad at all. Not bad at all.
To Atlanta
To Atlanta and back.
for $50. Holy cow!
$50.
Yeah, I mean that's a.
Yeah, he lost money on it for sure.
Yeah,
He
he had
said
to have. Yeah.
he said he goes to Nashville, Atlanta, and Muscle Shoals. He makes that loop twice a day.
Really?
I was on the Atlanta loop, but then when I flew back and he actually picked me up and flew me back to Muscle Shoals, there were a few more people on the plane.
Gotcha. Yeah, it'd have to be. Yeah.
Couple people.
I just spilled coffee everywhere, laughing. The only way this could be better is if he actually changed shirts for each.
Yeah. That's what I was expecting you to say. He went over there and put a security officer's hat on or something.
No, but he did it so professionally. It was like, if y'all, and he said, "Y'all, if y'all wait, we'll get you through security here in a second." And I'm like looking around the airport going, "Is someone like hiding out?" I mean, it's just me, man.
Yeah.
We're in Muscle Shoals, first of all. No one flying out of here.
You're the only one. That's funny.
That's hilarious, man. That is awesome. What that is. I love that.
You ought to book it just so you can experience the one-man show.
That would be fun to do.
And the only other way it would have been even better is if he starts talking about the other guy. Like, "Yeah, man, sorry, security, you know how they are, man. They're a little slow." Starts complaining about the pilot. And yeah, that pilot kind of gets my nerves sometimes. That would be, that's funny.
It was bumpy.
Yeah, I actually, your dad told me about that trip. That's why I knew it was a Pilatus.
Yeah.
We're looking at, I was looking at, that might be one of the planes I go for when I get my certificate to fly.
Pilatus. I was excited because I wanted to fly on a Pilatus, so it was a cool experience.
Wait. So you're the only one on the plane besides the pilot?
Literally. That was just
Okay.
me.
Please tell me he did the. Was he also the stewardess?
Oh yeah. But he had to sit down. Of course, he opened this drawer up that was like close to him and said, "Hey man, there's snacks and drinks in the drawer if you get hungry." I was like, "It's only like a 40-minute flight. I think I'll be okay."
That's awesome, dude. It's called Boutique Air.
Boutique Air.
I gotta look this up.
Yeah, that's awesome.
There's you guys heard of the website called Wow? Airlines called Wow?
Wow.
Yeah, WOW.
No.
That must be a freaking thing.
No. They fly from New York and Chicago to Paris and stuff. Super cheap. like $300.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, probably get on that.
Yeah.
I told my brother, this is a while ago. I told my brother, I was like, yeah, you know why they call it wild? It's because when you get there, you made it alive. You go like, wow, we made it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think they actually filed for bankruptcy actually recently, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, airline profit margins are really, really narrow. I did a case study on them in college. It's insane, but very few of the ticket sales are actually profit. Like they pretty much have to have a plane full.
Yeah, I heard they make their money in the last, 2-3 passengers.
That's exactly right. It's 2 or 3 passengers is the profit.
Yeah, that's amazing. Okay, so here's the Wild Airlines. They're a Atlantic ultra low cost carrier that started in 2011, and unfortunately they ceased operations in 2019. So
that was a short stint.
Yeah.
I've flown on some of those low cost carriers. I mean, luckily I've never had bad experiences with them, but I just hate how they nickel and dime me for everything. I mean, yeah, the ticket's only like $100 or $120, but it's like, oh, you want to buckle your seatbelt? That's $150.
Oh, you're gonna wear shoes here?
Yeah, exactly. You're gonna walk. Well, there's a transport fee for you to walk on our plane.
So true.
So that frustrates me.
So, I was in, one of my best friends got married up in Michigan, so I went up there. And then I have a friend that lives Washington, D.C., so I went to visit him afterwards to Washington, D.C. And I landed in Maryland, and I was going to take the train from Maryland into D.C., very common thing to do. I'm not paying attention. Now, I have first class, which is so stupid because, it's like 30-minute train ride, but it was first class, seating and everything for the train. But I'm texting and kind of on the phone and texting at the same time, not really paying attention. I get on the train and I'm trying to find the first class cabin. I'm like, hey, where's and I'm like asking around, and I'm like, I'm texting and calling and talking to a friend, and I just said anywhere. The guy comes around collecting tickets. And so my ticket's on my phone, right? So I show him my phone. He's like, oh, no, ours is not on the phone. I'm like, no, here it is. He's like, yeah, you're on the wrong train. So I took unfortunately, the wrong train into D.C. So, okay, no big deal. All right, so he's like, do you have a ticket? No, I was like, I don't have a ticket because I did it for the other train. He's like, well, just get off at the next exit. And I'm like, okay. So he leaves, and I'm the only one here. And so he comes back, and he's like, don't get off at the next exit. He's like, your train doesn't stop there. So I'm like, okay. So I'm like, he's like, you have any money? I'm like, I got a credit card. I don't have cash. He's like, yeah, you just have to write this all the way down, then just don't worry about it. So I didn't pay, but. Yeah, so apparently you have to watch out because there's 2 train systems, and I think I was going with Amtrak, and I think that was MARC or something, MAC. So
that's pretty crazy.
Yeah,
I did that in Atlanta one night. I missed my stop on that MARTA system. I was going to Sugar Bowl or something, or not Sugar Bowl, Peach Bowl or whatever in Atlanta. I missed my stop, and I went to where MARTA ends, like where they literally say, this is the end of the line, everyone must exit the train. Scaredest I've ever been in my life. Terrified. It was not a place you wanted to be left for about 30 minutes standing there.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
There's actually a restaurant. Have you been to Fat Max?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, isn't that good?
Yeah, it's good.
That's not too far from that spot, right?
Yeah, I backed myself in a corner, so I knew no one could sneak up behind me, and I just sat there for 30 minutes.
Right.
But I ride a lot of trains in China, man, and it's, I know what you mean about getting on the wrong train or getting on the wrong car. I mean, it can happen pretty easy.
Yeah.
especially if you don't know the language.
Right. I'm not a local to the community, so.
Mhm.
Oh, it's funny.
Do you speak Chinese, Mitchell?
I do not. It's funny. I have a guy that I do. He's like our engineer over there. Slash, he's my chauffeur. And when I first went over there, I said, "Hey, Carl." His name's Carl. Don't ask me how he chose that. I was like, "Should I try to learn Mandarin?" And he looked at me and said, "No, no, Mitchell. Much too difficult for you." I was like, "Okay, so you think I'm an idiot?" So now, I don't know. I know a little bit, like enough to get me out of a pinch, but most of the time they look at me like I'm crazy when I try to talk it. My accent doesn't really help. It's great though. I mean, China, most everything's in English too. It's Chinese and English. English is most everyone learns English in school, so they can typically get you out of a pinch. If you tell them you're from Alabama, they all go, "Oh, Forrest Gump."
Do
Yeah,
they really?
yeah, every single time. They're like, "Where are you from?" You say America. I know you're from America. What state? You say Alabama. They go, "Oh, Forrest Gump, Greenbow." Like, yeah.
Yeah, that's what you say. You should. Great, Bo.
I think we got us a trade coming up.
Yeah, are you looking at the 925? So,
Yep. I was going a little higher in that zone, but the way this candle is looking, if it volume stays real low and it stays like this, I may drop my trade down a little bit lower. But
where are you thinking of going here?
I'm going back where I was and less it. Well, right now I got my trigger line at 2982.25.
82.5?
82.25.
Yeah, that's what we talked about earlier.
Yeah.
That proves that we are literally all on the same page because I wasn't even privy to that conversation.
Yeah.
That's cool to me that we can all be. I mean, we pay attention.
Yeah.
We win together and we lose together.
Yeah. That's
Weather
also true.
trending.
Here we go. Let's see. Volume is still decreasing.
I'm
Good.
I'm throwing it. Ooh, man, no, if it does this.
BK, what are you thinking? I just thinking out loud here. What are you looking at?
Yeah, I'm still at a quarter. Yeah, 82 and a quarter right now. I mean, I'm just gonna. If he wants to bounce off, if he wants to go short here and bounce off right there at the beginning, I just missed it. That's fine. But I'm going to be a little more conservative, right here and wait for that 82 and a quarter. So I got to wait and see how this candle closes. If we get a big rejection out of here, then I'll pull the trade. But still got a little over a minute left, so we'll wait and see.
Sweet.
So I know my daughter has her first soccer game on Saturday. I told her she has to channel showed them.
Yeah, that's awesome. I heard that your dad told me that you you were the one that told me about you play soccer with the local kids in the community.
Yeah, over there.
And after 5 minutes, you're done.
Yeah. Those guys, they definitely don't look like they're physically fit, but they have a lot of stamina.
That's funny. Well, that's great, babe. Does she play club or?
School.
Oh, okay. Sweet. What position does she play?
She's a halfback.
Okay. All right.
Order canceled.
And she doesn't take it very seriously.
Oh, well. Well, I think she's at an age that I think she may just be doing it for exercise and for, fun, I guess.
I think it's actually for the oranges to get it at halftime.
The oranges.
And then the treat after the game. She's all over that treat. We can't leave until she gets it. I'm like, you have a juice box at the house. I have to get this one.
It's always better.
Good.
PK, do you think that's too much of rejection weight there for you?
Yeah, I've already removed much of it. Yeah.
So why is that bad? Why don't you like that? Because I would think out loud here, just thinking that you would like that because they rejected off, they respected, they may try to go in again, maybe go a little bit higher or so, then come back and reject off that area. So.
Yeah, they can do that. Yeah, I'm just remove the trade for right now. I'll wait till price action gets back up in there and we'll kind of see how it's looking. But this is the same thing that happened to us yesterday. Remember, we kind of it bounced right there, and it kind of kept going back and forth, and then all of a sudden, price just decided to just shoot long really quick. Right. We had another trade, so I'm just going to watch it. We'll see if volume stays low. Then and it wants to meander its way back up there, then I can go back in. I just decided at this point to move out of it. We might have missed it or might go back in there. I don't know. I just didn't want to leave the order sitting there.
Okay. Yeah.
'Cause I don't think it's going to just push right through it if it goes back in there. I don't think it will do that personally, unless something just for whatever reason happens. But I don't think it'll just push right through there. I think it'll go up in there and it'll move. It'll reject a few times, and if it decides to go through there, then it'll go. But it's just, at this point in time, I don't know. I'll just have to watch it. I'm not sure what's going to happen. That's the only reason I decided to pull it, just in case something crazy happened and I was caught in it. I'm just going to go ahead and pull it, and I can reevaluate when it gets up there.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. It's a good day for the auto trader for anybody that has them.
Yeah, absolutely. Paul was asking about that earlier with news and all that being out, and we kind of talked through all that, and I just said that the auto trader's proven to be very successful. So I don't want to manipulate it, so I just set mine in there. No matter what's going to happen, I'm just going to let it happen, win or lose. But I'm not going to take it off just because the news event. So I'm going to definitely leave it in there and let it do what it wants to do.
I'm going to do the same, I believe.
So if volume keeps staying low here and this price wants to creep up, I'll jump back in, but I want to see the volume stay low.
Have y'all got one this morning yet?
No, not yet.
So how many times have you unofficially traded?
No.
Unofficially.
He's got his computer on mute, trust me. The other day we were on the phone talking, and all I could hear was order submitted, order canceled, order submitted, order canceled.
We got that one out there. 12 seconds, volume steady increasing.
You guys still there at 2.5?
I'm
I'm
at
still there.
2.5.
I'm gonna keep mine. I still like it.
Uh,
I don't like it now. If that candle goes down very much further than it is now, I'll probably pull it.
what's let's see.
Still there.
Yeah, if volume stays where it's at and this candle doesn't go too much deeper, I'll jump in at a quarter still. Yeah, I'll jump in for a quick little
Order
bounce at a
pending.
quarter. We'll kind of see. And I'll be ready to pull the trigger though and get it out of there, but I'll leave it there for time being.
Yeah, like yesterday, he waited until I got into the trade to say, "Oh, by the way, pull the trade."
No, I did not.
I'm just kidding.
It was close though, but
I was like, "Oh, BK, you also lost?" No, man, I took my trade out.
I called it out loud and said I'm moving my order, but
Yeah.
it was like one tick before it hit.
Yeah, it was quick, man. It was like a flash, man.
Yeah, it was very quick.
We got three tops there. There's a lot of money sitting there.
It's actually using the 920 zone. See it? Oh my gosh.
What is that?
I think that's you, brother.
No, it's quiet over here.
What are you talking about?
We're hearing like noises, like somebody just died.
It did sound painful. But you see how that 920 candle, the wick is like 2 ticks lower than the 925?
Yeah.
It must have had some money sitting there at the tip of that wick. Because if you'd have traded with that tip of that wick, if you'd have pseudo traded it, you'd have made 3 points.
Yeah. I don't know why I didn't just go there. I'm not sure. Alright. Yeah.
I'm gonna go down. I'm going down to 92 even. Kind of see.
92?
Yeah, I'm gonna be at 82 even. Excuse me, 82 even. See if I can get up in there and one tick me in is what I'm hoping for, but we'll see. But I'm keeping my finger on the trigger to pull it because there's a lot of liquidity right there at 82 even. There's 440 orders sitting there right now for short side. So if those increase, I'll leave it there. But if they start decreasing as price gets close to it, then I'll pull the trade. But I'll try to walk you through it. But
Yeah.
but just be ready. Somebody just go outside?
No, that's my AC system kicking in.
Oh, okay.
At least you have AC.
Yes, I am very thankful for the my current situation. You guys, I know we haven't known each other very long, but if you guys would have met me about 4 years ago, I'm a very different person now. I'm not very demanding anymore. Rick,
I probably wouldn't have liked you.
oh no, I wasn't like a jerk, but I would be like,
Order filled. Stop filled.
Yep, they did it again. Yeah,
it should again.
yeah, it did it again.
Yeah, y'all busted, didn't you?
Yeah, I busted it.
Are you still in the trade? Did he not trade?
No, I didn't trade. I don't like rejection lists on trigger candles. They scare.
Yeah. Very same scenario from yesterday.
Huh?
But the thing is, it's just, it did respect that area. It just went a little high. Let's see. Let's zoom in and see where it went to. It went real high. It was using the another 915 maybe. I don't know what you can even say. That's just rogue. But other than do it.
Did they pull the contracts pre-K?
No. They pushed through them, but they rejected a little higher.
Yeah.
So they didn't pull through them. I'd have got out, but it just took me out real quick. So we'll just leave it alone. Well, oh well. No worries.
It's the life we live, boys.
It is the life we live.
That's like we. Yeah, very same scenario from yesterday.
I turned my computer on yesterday at like, I don't know, 3 o'clock Eastern maybe. Can't really quite remember what time it was, but it was like, oh, there's a trade, boom, got it. Next candle, oh, there's another one, boom, got it. I texted him, I was like, dude, that was awesome little run right there.
Yeah, 3 o'clock. You said.
Yeah, it was around 3:15, something like that.
Central.
And yeah, you get that last 30 to 45 minutes of before candle, you always get big moves right there. Always.
Oh wait, what time? 3 o'clock?
Yeah, between 3 and 4 o'clock. Yeah, right.
Okay.
Like an hour before the market closes, you always got to get a big move. It's going to happen somewhere in there. Yeah.
So Big K, just kind of thinking out loud, talk, if you can explain. Okay, we did something wrong. Did
Did we do something wrong?
did we? I know the answer, but I'm saying out loud. For the viewers, did we do something wrong here? Did we not follow our rules, or we did and they didn't act the way we expected to?
Yeah, I mean, I followed the rules. Yeah, I think we followed the rule. Yeah, I mean, price was decreasing. We're in a good zone. Everything looks right. The only thing I would say at this point, kind of what happened to us yesterday, was the fact that it took a while for price to kind of make a decision right there. It kind of kept hanging around that price right there, back and forth, rejected out of that area early, a couple times. It's pretty much the same scenario as yesterday, and so as far as the method, no, we did right. It was just market. It was just wanting to go higher, and it just took us out. It's what it is. But I think we followed everything right. It's just the only thing we could have done a little bit better during the while we were waiting for that trade to come to us price wise. It just rejected so much right around there, and maybe just picked up all the orders to go short at that point, and then there was more orders set up top which we couldn't see. So because they didn't pull the orders at that spot, so they just pushed through that spot. But they didn't pull. I mean, they didn't. All the sellers absorbed the buyers right there is all that happened.
Right.
And we just got caught a little early on it. That's all.
Yeah.
I
feel like so I agree with you. I think I know we follow all the rules. I mean, look at volume. It's not until just now that this is increasing in volume. So I'm sorry, the candle prior 1035, and it was even a slight increase. I feel like, did I talk you into this trade? Did I encourage you to trade here?
No.
Okay.
Get your own damn soda.
I just want to be sure. No, I know. It's just, I feel like I just want to be sure I'm not like doing that.
Oh no. I mean, it met all the rules, so
Right.
met all the rules. That's just bottom line. It was an iffy trade for me from a rule standpoint. It was not, but just from price action, it was kind of iffy. But I went ahead and stayed in there anyway, and because I didn't see the orders come off the book, and that's just what happened, So had I saw orders come off the book, I'd have killed it like I did yesterday, but it didn't. So I stayed in there for that, and it just happened to push higher than what my stop would allow, And so it just got me, It is what it is. Not a big deal.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah, not a big deal.
All right. Good. So right here. No, never mind. Got here for a little bit. Here. Mitchell, do you have any zones north of this place?
No, nothing. No zones. For me, you probably could. I don't even think you could make one that hasn't been just fully disrespected.
Yeah, I don't see any. They're hanging around here quite a bit. When this takes up north strong to go to the up in here, we have them create a zone here where we're burning our.
That'd be a big zone. You talking about making a zone on the 1035?
Yeah, potentially. Well, now it would be the if it went from here, it would be out. I think we'll use the 1040, right?
I bet it's gonna go right to the top of the 1035 and turn around and go down short again.
Yeah. Yeah, Mike, you got some resistance there at 910.
Mm-hmm. And you can use the 915 if you used it as a zone. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Told you.
Yeah.
There she goes. Not like down far, but enough to go 1 point.
Right.
When I say go down, that's all I want. 5 ticks. It can go 9, but I don't care. As long as it goes 5. Probably busted now.
Yeah.
There must be a pretty good little bit of resistance right there.
Yeah, you got double top there at 910, 920, 925. No, no, sorry. Oh, they open and close at 910 and 915. And then you got back there at 855 and 740. 735.
You crack me up with your thoroughness. You've been using any coconut oil?
No, I think I have to run to the store and get some, dude. It's last night I probably slept for like 2 hours, so I might have to go get some coconut oil over here.
I'm telling you, man.
I did some research on it. Apparently, people use it. So.
It's legit, man.
Yeah.
For the viewers that don't know, Soto has bed bugs.
I do not have bed bugs, no. And if I did, then coconut oil would not work. So, but no, it's not.
They just bite through that oil. You just lather yourself up, and it's like a barrier. It protects you.
Just throw it on the bed. Just throw around.
But no, my grass allergy dog, he responds well to coconut oil.
For our listeners, BK, you still there?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah.
Okay, good. Good. All right. Sure. I thought you left, so I had to take over the chat over here.
Yeah, I'll take it over. I'm gonna let y'all talk. That's good.
No,
I'm doing other things at the moment, so that's good.
You know what we should be doing?
Income points.
Yeah.
I know exactly what we need to be doing.
While we wait for a trade, we should be doing like squats and like push-ups and stuff.
Yeah, man.
We did the R code. You guys doing it? You guys doing it?
All in, man. We've done it.
Yeah. All right, what happens here? What kind of coconut oil do you buy? Like, is there like a specific one you have to look for? Or, I mean, how do you know what it is? It's like regular oil?
It's just coconut oil. It looks like it's a solid. It's white and it's in a jar usually.
Where do you find it? Is it like the food section? Is it in the...
Blow your mind, dude, but it'll be in the cooking oil section.
Okay. Okay, so it's cooking oil section. Okay.
Don't go to the meat section.
All right, and I mean, don't go to, like, well, I was thinking, like, where the lotions are, so.
No, it's a straight cooking product, but it works. It'll turn like it'll get liquid when you put it in your hand. As soon as any temperature gets in it, it liquefies really quick.
It's not because I guess it's trans fat. I guess it must have trans fat. Trans fat is solid at room temperature, right? So
it looks like Crisco.
Okay, I don't know.
Well, you're from Costa Rica.
Yeah, we didn't use Crisco over there.
Yeah, you've never had a good piece of fried chicken.
I have.
Smothered with Crisco. But yeah, so it works. It's really good. It's really mild. It'll help you, I promise. If it doesn't work, you can call me a liar.
No, yeah, no, it may work. I hope it works. I really do pray that it works. I may have to go see a dermatologist, which I'm against. I don't believe in dermatology. I think it's a joke. But apparently, I have to go check it out now. Oh, wow.
I don't know what else to tell you, man, for your allergies. That's crazy.
Yeah, I think the good news is that the good news is that I believe it's environmental. So it's, in a way, that's good. It's not like some chronic, it's not going to be a chronic thing regarding, for the rest of my life scenario. I just don't know what it is. The best thing I can think is hay fever, so.
I love people that went to medical school and stuff. It's always worst case scenario. Get bit by, neck starts hurting. I got West Nile. It's definitely. I can tell it's West Nile. I can feel it. Yeah. Got a few buddies that are like that. Cut your leg around them, and they're like, "Oh, you gotta go get stitches. You need shots and stitches, man. You could lose your leg." Like, no. I'll be all right. Nurses are like that too. I've dated a couple nurses. You won't get any sympathy out of them, though. You can't be like, "Oh, I don't feel good today." It's like, "Oh, really? I saw 2 people die." It's like, yeah. Your day was worse than mine.
So you make Mitchell?
That noise?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my,
Okay, that's cool. I just want to be sure.
yeah, it's me. I've got pillows under the door and all around it. I'm gonna bring in some soundproofing next week.
Mitch, you're going to use the trade out of the 1040 zone?
Let me see. Yes. 2980, 2982.5.
Oh. Okay.
You don't like that?
No, I actually, that's where I had the mouse at. That's funny you said that.
Grassroots, brother.
Grassroots. BK, I know you're not a fan of this yet. You're waiting for more of a push out. Is that correct?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to bounce there, yeah. But I like a little more push out of that area, and then it becomes support at that point.
Sure.
But I think it could definitely bounce right here for sure. So y'all in it already?
Not yet.
Oh, not yet.
Got about 4 ticks to go. And 3 ticks. And then we're off to the races.
You're in at
Yeah,
75?
I'm at 5-0.
50, okay. Yeah.
Probably should have gone 75. I don't know. We got 3 minutes left in this candle. Volume's crazy low. It's already acting a little unstable.
We got a lot of touches up there. I'm not afraid.
Y'all got big weekend plans?
No, not a lot going on here, just hanging with the family, we got the travel balls, yeah, so I'll be baseball tournaments all weekend, but other than that, that's it.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'm hanging local too. Wedding showers and whatnot.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure, you got a lot coming up.
Yeah, I won't be attending. It's just for her. So it'll be a little peaceful for me.
Good.
Kind of wish now I would have been at 0.75.
Say again?
So I wish I was a tick higher than I am now. Wish I would have been. It's all good. We can still have something. This candle,
We're good.
Don't say that.
Y'all about to be in right here, huh?
I guess so, man.
He's so nervous.
I think it's okay, actually. I think it's okay if you kind of get in right here. I think it'll be all right.
Yeah, we'll get in right.
We're in.
We're in
You're in
it.
already?
We're in.
You're triggered in the get. You're in the trade.
I'm in the trade.
Okay.
We're definitely in the trade.
Y'all are in the 250.
Yeah, I don't like it. But I made my choice. I've made my bed. Now I must lie in it. Come on.
Yeah, I think you'll be all right.
You got no.
He said no.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
I'm gonna reheat my coffee up here.
But start rubbing your cards, man. Do that dance you do.
Oh, what's going on? Let's see, I'm still in trade.
You're hoping to walk away and hoping it went to profit or took you out, or didn't you? So you don't like watching?
I had to go to the microwave. Heat up my coffee up.
Yeah. Right when you happen to get into a trade, huh?
We got it, guys. You got to be, positive. We're good.
Yeah.
I hate how long it's taking.
Yeah, it's taking a while.
And I don't like how it keeps going down there and just holding down low.
Yeah.
That right there, oh man, just dropped the wick at 7.5. Now it's at 7.5. We're done.
It's out now, huh?
Yeah, we're out.
Mm-hmm.
And look at volume. Look at that. Still.
That's called a bad call. So we made a bad call.
Yeah, it happens, man.
Does. But I'm gonna get him back.
This week may be the worst performance I've ever had, ever.
Why is that?
I'm talking about performance points lost.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Why do you feel that is?
Why I lost?
Yeah. Are you feeling, I mean, you said it's your worst, this week has been your worst week, so you feel like you got pressure and you're pushing it, or you feel like you're, why would that be, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Why do you feel like that?
Oh, yeah, I don't know. No, I don't, not pressure or anything. No, I think it's, I don't know. I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know.
Okay.
I think it's maybe just the market didn't do what I expected.
Sure.
I feel like I took okay trades or good trades. I don't think I. Yeah.
That's good.
I
That's
didn't love that one after the last candle had formed, but I thought we would get more of a bounce out of
We
it.
didn't get any bounce out of it.
No.
Look at the volume though. Look at it. I don't understand. Because there's not. I mean, big hit. This area was hanging out here for like ever.
Yeah.
What did you expect? More rejection from this area?
Well, yeah, you're going to get more rejection, but it was just a matter. If you got to think of it as this, man. You were the candle's still within that 5-minute range, so it's not like it's not rejecting. It's just your timing was wrong on it. It's not. That's all it is, right? Because, you guys. I mean, it's not because you guys got in at what you got on in this candle. This candle, correct? The 11 o'clock candle.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, the previous
So
candle.
you got in on that candle, right? So it's not that it was bad area. It was just bad. I mean, bad timing. It was just a bad area because prices wanted to get lower to more of a area for it to bounce. If you look at it, it bounced right at that previous resistance.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
so I mean, I guess even though in volume stayed low, so I mean, it did everything. It just got down to previous resistance instead of trying to guess an area where it was going to bounce because of wicks and closes. It just decided to get down there to previous resistance and bounce from there. So it's not a. I mean, it was just the entry area was just a little early. That's all. You know, I mean, that's all you can say about it. It wasn't. It's not a bad trade, not a bad area. It was, or it wasn't. It wasn't a good area. It was the wrong area. But I mean, everything else lined up. So I guess that's just where you have to watch and be patient. And like you said, you make the decision to make the trade, and based on what you thought would happen right there, and you were wrong. That's okay. I mean, that's all. I don't know what else to tell you, but it's just. It's not like anything was wrong. It still did what it was supposed to do. Volume was low there. It bounced. It just bounced in a different place than what you thought it was gonna.
Right.
That's all. I mean, that's all there was to it. I mean, it's just. That's all there was to it. That's the hard part about it, man. You just don't. When you put it, I mean, all you can do is follow your rules. Then you have to make a decision what you feel comfortable with that trade. And it was just. I mean, Mitchell, I didn't think you didn't sound very happy about it when you were
No,
doing
I
it.
didn't like
you didn't like it, but you stayed in it, and so
Yeah,
your
that's
intuition
just,
and your gut was telling you something there, and you just didn't follow it. That's all.
Yeah, had that previous candle, so had the 1055 candle triggered, I would have felt more confident. But when it closed where it closed, and then the 11 started, that was when I started going, oh, I don't like it, I don't like it, I don't like it. Because that 1055 threw a wick up top, the previous candle threw a wick up top, so it had a lot of rejection up there. So looking back on it in hindsight, if I go by my gut, I wouldn't trade that because why is it? I mean, we have two candles telling us that it's rejecting up top, so it wants to go lower. And I should have just realized that and not stayed in it. But, I have to do this every now and then, so I get more sensitive to that. And, I haven't traded but maybe 4 times this whole week.
Yeah.
So I'm a little trigger happy.
No, exactly. So because that's one thing I was noticing when it got you in that trade, you were talking yourself out of the trade, but you apparently never took the order off, and it got.
I did. It happened quick. It was boom, boom, and I was like, okay.
Yeah,
I was in the process of talking myself out of it.
Yeah, I could tell that. So it's just what it is, man. It's gonna happen. We just have to figure our way through it, be patient, and realize, our gut and intuition will tell you something. Just like I didn't listen to myself, and I think that's what I already told you on that trade. I should have not taken the trade I took for some reasons. I didn't like what it was doing, but I didn't make the trade in time. So it's just what it is, man.
Name of the game.
Yeah, that just has to be more of a rare occurrence than it is the most common, and it is. It's just you just kind of get in this little rut every once in a while where you start playing these mental games with you. Even though I've been doing it as long as I do it, I still kind of get in that. But that's one reason I do like the Auto Trader so much, because I don't have to worry about all this stuff. I just put it in there and it does what it's going to do, and it's proven to do what it's proven to do.
Come back and check it, and it's either it lost, it won. And you're done. You don't have to sit there and worry about it.
That's right. You don't have to sit here and make these mental decisions, and that's what's great about it. And that's what I was I don't know if I told you when I was if you were on the chat when Soto and I were talking about it, but I said, I'm not too far away, man. Then I told Soto this, y'all might have to take this thing over, and I might just go into trading at the beginning of the week and the end of the week and let the Auto Trader do it.
Right.
And just say, hey, I'm going to put the orders in, and then I go do what I want to go do. And eventually it either wins for me or loses for me. But I know since the beginning of, as long as I've been running this thing, it's come out net positive every time, and you guys have seen the results. So, yeah, you're going to have losing trades on those days. I mean, those things are going to lose just like any day, but it wins more than it loses. And when it loses smaller, a lot less than what it wins. So it's a matter of, how much longer I want to keep doing this, and I'm going to keep doing it for a while just because of you guys, kind of being here and talking through some stuff. But eventually, you're going to see me fade away and just let the Auto Trader run my accounts full time.
I do hope I can. I don't know. I guess because I don't have 25 years in it, man, I'm still hooked.
Oh yeah, and I expect that to be completely the case for a long time.
I'm out of the bug, so I'm going to. I'll probably still trade like a savage.
Yeah, and I think that's good, man. I think y'all need to, and I think that's nothing wrong with that. I did that. I mean, I've been doing it now for a long time, man, and I still love it. But I've kind of got to the point to where just I got other things I like to do. That's all.
No, I completely agree. I would like to lose at least one of my jobs where I didn't have to do that all at that time.
Yeah, absolutely.
So on the Auto Trader, just real quick,
Yeah.
one question. So position quantity, is that the number of
Contracts, yeah.
contracts? Yeah.
So on the micros, what I talked about the other day on the tags, that way you can afford it because it's going to lose, right? So you can afford to take 4 or 5 losses in a row and still be okay, and not a big deal because the big deal, one of the big deals on the, especially like today on Friday, a lot of times on Fridays, if you go back and notice, well, a lot of times it ends. The Auto Trader closes because it closes itself out before the end of the day. It didn't hit the product. It didn't hit the target profit yet, or it was close to it. It backed off a little bit, and it closes itself out by the end of the day. Well, with Ninja Trader brokerage, they will 30 minutes before market close, they will check your account and make sure you have enough margin for overnight. Even though you're not going to be staying in overnight, they want to make sure if you don't have enough margin, they'll close it for you. 30 minutes before. So on Fridays, you always got to watch, make sure you have enough per contract to have overnight margin. So like on micros, it's $630, that you need in there per contract for margin, not for them not to close it. Even though you're not going to stay in the position overnight, the Auto Trader is automatically going to close you 30 seconds prior to the market close, but they will close it if you don't have a sufficient margin. So. And for the standard, it's the standard ES, it's $6,300. So, but if you have that, then they don't mess with it. So and on Fridays, typically, the trade gets automatically closed at the end of the session because it's usually in profit, but it didn't grab all the way our full profit target, but it usually closed in profit. But
yeah, I've noticed that. I've watched some of the old Friday trades.
Yeah, so you just have to. But it closes by the end of the market, which is fine as long as you have the sufficient margin to cover the overnight margin because they're going to check it 30 minutes before. So, and today, you just put the contracts in there that you normally trade based on your instrument that you trade, and then that's what the position quantity size is. It's just number of contracts. So, and then just let it go, and what happens happens. That's kind of how I look at it. I mean, that is the beauty of it. You're going to lose some, but your winners are going to be a lot bigger, and it's proven it over time to be very successful. So I'm just going to not mess with it and let it do what it does. And
the only thing that is somewhat different on my setup, when it says data series, you have last minute 60. And mine just has MES 91960.
Yeah, because that's reading off your chart.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Your chart it should be on a 60-minute chart.
Okay, but does mine need to say like where yours in the setup section or whatever? Where, it says last instrument or instrument is MES, time based on last minute. And then 60.
Yeah.
Mine doesn't have, like under the data series, mine just says input series. And then it's MES 60 minutes.
Yeah.
That's
okay.
fine.
Yeah. Because that's what, as long as your chart is, that means your chart is set to 60 minutes, that the Auto Trader's on. And that's what it's going to read. So that's all it matters. That's what matters. Yeah.
Okay. And it needs to stay hooked up to internet.
Yep.
The whole time.
Yeah. Keep it to the internet. Keep it hooked up. Yeah. Eventually, when you want to, you can go to a private server, and then you never have to turn it off, and that's ultimately what you're going to want to do. But you'll never have to worry about it ever. You just leave it on 24 hours, 7 days a week, and just tell the days it needs to change and the parameters it needs to change to, and then you don't ever have to worry about it.
Okay, perfect.
But that's not right now.
Yeah.
All right, dude. All right, guys. I mean, it's 11:10. You know, I'm done. I'm gonna go do some other stuff I got to do anyway to get ready for this weekend. So I'm gonna call it for me. I mean, you guys can do whatever you'd like to do, but I'm gonna go ahead and shut down the channel, I think. Hold on a minute. I need to update the spreadsheet here. Show them.
Yeah, spreadsheet.
Did you update it yet?
No, I'm not.
Yeah. All right, I'll pull it in here and update it. So. All right, here we go. Let's go to the individuals.
Sorry, boys, but I got a 0, or I got a -1 today.
Well, we all did. So it was a group effort today. So as an individual, we did one trade. First lost. So we lost 1 point. So we negative. All right. So we're down. We lost another one. So we're down to 1,048 there. So we've kind of hit a little losing streak here. Last couple streaks in a row. So we need to fix that.
Yeah, and that's just to be clear, guys. That's on me. So just
we took the same trade, so it was on both those. So let me see here. 06. All right, so we all traded one contract, right? We traded. We lost 3 points, all of us, right?
I lost 2.
You took 2 trades. That's right. You took 2, so we lost 4 points total.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. There we go. So we lost 4 points total as a team. So
We're negative now, aren't we?
no, we're up $151 still.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
Good.
so we lost $220 today after commissions. So we're still up $1,151.20. So we're still up 10% in the count, even after losing like we have a couple times. So that's all right.
Yeah.
All right, so good. So that's the updated spreadsheet. So we'll kind of keep that going so everybody can see it and we can hold ourselves accountable. So.
Awesome.
All right, guys. Well, that's going to be it for me. So I think I'm going to call it here. So you guys got anything to say?
No.
Good. We're going to have a good week next week.
Yeah, great week next week.
All right, guys. Well, thanks, everybody, and we'll see you next week.
Sounds good. See y'all.
You've been listening and watching the Titan Futures 1 Point a Day Challenge. Live stream. Remember, we're live daily, 9 to 11, and BK, Soto, and Mitchell are here to help. The Titan Futures 1 Day Point a Day Challenge, where anyone can learn how to day trade the futures market. Till next time.